What happens if China captures Taiwan? This is not just a question for generals or politicians. It's a question that could affect every American family, every retirement fund, and every future generation. The world order we've known since the end of World War II, built on alliances, democracy, and freedom, could unravel overnight. And the clock is ticking. Let's take a step back. In the summer of 1995, China sent troops and missiles to Fujian province, just across a narrow stretch of water from Taiwan. They launched publicized military exercises, clearly signaling what an invasion might look like. A direct challenge to Taiwan's existence as a separate democratic nation. Taiwan, after all, was holding its first ever democratic presidential election, defying Beijing's claim that it is merely a rebellious province of China. This bold act of freedom alarmed Beijing, prompting a military flex that caught the world's attention. President Bill Clinton responded decisively, sending the largest U.S. naval force into Asia since the Vietnam War. Aircraft carriers, missile cruisers, destroyers, all converging near the Taiwan Strait. The message was clear. China, back off. Taiwan is sovereign. For a time, it worked. But fast forward 25 years, and the situation is far more dangerous. China's military has grown exponentially. Today, it boasts more ships than the United States, 360 compared to America's 297, along with advanced missiles, stealth fighters, and a rapidly expanding nuclear arsenal. Daily, dozens of Chinese warplanes violate Taiwan's air defense identification zone. Hundreds of incursions each month in an aggressive show of dominance. Recorded flight data shows these incursions peak during significant dates like China's National Day, sending an unmistakable warning. Taiwan will be ours. In response, the U.S. continues to send guided missile destroyers and allied warships through the Taiwan Strait, signaling a commitment to defend freedom in the region. But China is undeterred, escalating its provocations as if this is no longer a Cold War game of brinkmanship, but a prelude to conflict. The legal foundation for this aggression lies in Chinese law itself, which mandates non-peaceful means if Taiwan moves toward independence or peaceful reunification fails. Today, peaceful reunification seems less likely than ever. Taiwan's people overwhelmingly reject it. This fuels Beijing's justification for invasion. And with every passing year, China's military buildup only adds urgency to that possibility. So what would a Chinese invasion of Taiwan look like? Experts predict a swift, devastating opening strike, hundreds of missiles and jets targeting Taiwan's military bases. Radar stations, communication hubs, and critical infrastructure in a coordinated attack designed to cripple the island's defenses before a full amphibious assault. Taiwanese leaders would retreat underground to command bunkers, but despite heavy damage, some military assets would survive, allowing Taiwan to launch counterattacks. Meanwhile, Chinese troops would attempt to cross the 130-kilometer-wide Taiwan Strait on ships laden with soldiers and supplies, facing fierce resistance on Taiwan's beaches. This would not be a local conflict. The United States, along with allies like Japan and Australia, would mobilize their own naval and air forces. Aircraft carriers, stealth jets, fast attack submarines, escalating the fight into a full-scale naval and aerial war. This is a clash between two nuclear superpowers. The risks of rapid escalation into an uncontrollable conflict are real and terrifying. Military analysts warn that China could even strike U.S. bases in Japan and Guam simultaneously with Taiwan, forcing America into a war with no easy exit. Moreover, China anticipates regional chaos beyond Taiwan. Indian forces could exploit the distraction to invade disputed Himalayan border areas. Meanwhile, Tibetan insurgents might rise up in the west. The conflict risks expanding into a multi-front regional war. Hundreds of thousands of lives at risk. Economies disrupted, global markets thrown into turmoil. But before you despair, it's crucial to remember that invasion is not a foregone conclusion. China could continue to apply pressure through blockades, cyber attacks, economic coercion, and diplomatic isolation, strategies aimed at forcing Taiwan to the negotiating table without firing a single shot. Still, history teaches us that once military conflict starts, it rarely stays contained. One miscalculation could spiral into a nightmare. The United States faces a profound dilemma: whether to risk American lives defending a distant island and a democratic ideal.